On this millennial review, we're going to be going over how to add shutters to your home that doesn't have them. So in this video, we'll talk about how to size up the size shutters that you need, the tools that you're going to need to be able to install them, and then of course, the process to get that done. So go ahead and stick with me, and let's make this house look just a little bit nicer. So before selecting the shutters that you're going to use on your home, you need to find out what size they're going to be. So we're placing shutters on this window and we want to find out what the size of the surround is, how tall it is. So in this case, we'll take the tape measure, measure it out, and this is going to come in at 53 inches. And when you're selecting shutter sizes, typically you're going to want the shutter to come out either at the same size as the surround of your window or just a little bit shorter. We saw that the best selection for one that we liked was going to be 51 inches tall. And to put that in perspective, if we take a look at the inside of the window, this measures out just under 51. So it's going to split the difference between the 53 inches of the total outside of the surround and the 50.5 inches of the casing in the middle. And so now, when we get the shutters home, you'll see that this is going to come out when it's lined up right at the bottom with just a little bit of space between the casing at the bottom and at the top. So to fasten the shutters, any shutter that's 43 inches or smaller, you're going to need 4 mounting points, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. 44 inches or taller, you're going to do 6. So at each of the raised panels here. And in our case, we're going to use something called a shutter lock, which is a plastic push pin that'll push through a hole you drill in the shutter and a hole that you'll drill into the siding of your home. So what you'll want to do first is take your shutter, place it down on a work surface, and you want to find a drill bit that's going to be the proper size for your shutter lock. In this case, we're going to need a 1/4 inch drill bit, and these shutter locks are long enough that we're going to want to be able to drill 3 1/4 inches into the siding of the house. So we'll take our drill bit, line that up with 3 1/4 inches, and then lock it in place. And what this is going to allow for is when we drill into the shutter and into the home, it's going to stick out just the right amount so that we drill far enough into the siding. The next thing we're going to want to do is pre-drill our holes to go onto the window. And we'll want to set these up roughly 2 inches from the bottom. So we'll take our drill bit here, drill a nice clean hole, do the same 2 inches from the bottom, flip your shutter over, you can probably get further up.
Up here?
Yeah. And now, because our shutter is more than 43 inches, we're going to make 2 holes right in the center. 1. And 2. Now when we're placing our shutter up against the wall, we can now use our holes that we've already drilled as a pilot to be able to drill into the side of the house. What you will want to do is make sure that you leave a very small gap between the casing of the window and the shutter so you can have some expansion and contraction. So we'll get this lined up with the bottom of the window and begin drilling into the house. And with our 2 centers done, we'll then take a little shutter lock, slide that into place, knock it in. Do the same for the other. And we can move on to drilling out the remaining holes. With the remaining 4 holes drilled, just take your shutter locks, slide them into place, tap it flush. And with just a couple of hand tools, we're able to make this house have a heck of a lot more curb appeal and looks pretty nice. Well, anyways, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I'll have some links in the description to the tools that were needed, some shutters like these. That way you can get this done on your own house, as well as be sure to hit that subscribe button. That way you can see more DIYs and how-tos like this to make your home a little nicer too.